Hi everybody, this is Makeup Dr. Sheree, and I can't seem to get through this without coughing, so bear with me. I like to talk about a daily spiritual journey and different Bible verses I come across each day. And I like to start out first with Psalms 19:14, which reads, "May these words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be pleasing in your sight, Lord, my rock, my redeemer." And I say that to remind myself that it's for His will and not mine that I do this. So I'm still a little under the weather. I don't have a fever, so I went ahead and went to work, and it was a grueling day. And I got through that. But I'm glad I did, because I got to talk to a young lady before, and she had mentioned before that she did these Bible quizzes when I was asking her what she did over the weekend. And I was really intrigued, but we were so busy at work that I didn't get a chance to get any more information about it. But she told me a little bit about it today, so I wanted to talk about bringing up children in the way they should go. So I have a few Bible verses for you today. Everybody knows, or most people know, Proverbs 22:6, which reads, "Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it." And I'm very impressed with my sister and her husband, because it has to be a joint effort as parents to make sure they train up their children knowing God and being able to talk to God. And even when Jenny Reed was 3, even though she wasn't old enough to read, because she saw her mom reading the Bible so much, she would hold the Bible and say, "Mommy, I'm reading the Bible." So they want to mimic you, and I think that's great. And Psalms 127:3 reads, "Children are a heritage from the Lord, offspring a reward from Him." And I do believe that's so true. But back to the young lady that I work with, Sarah. So she told me that she was part of something called Midland Ministries and Bible Quiz Fellowship. And I'll have a link to both of those websites below. I am not necessarily endorsing them because I've never been to that program, but this young lady seems absolutely fabulous. And I asked her about the process, and she said that she had been involved for like 6 years, and they train in teams of 7. They range from ages from 10 to 19, and they memorize everything from verses to chapters to books of the Bible. And I was like, whoa, like for me to memorize, Psalms 23, which is a very short chapter, is a big deal. But she's talking about memorizing books of the Bible and then being quizzed on it, and that's fun because you're in these teams and you compete with different people for different prizes, and that she's enjoyed it this whole 6 years that she's been a part of it. So I thought that was so amazing. I was very impressed with her. And if you guys are interested, please click on the links below. I looked at the Bible quizzing website. It's some interesting things about how people think kids can't stay focused, or can't do things for long periods of time. But just think about how much time children spend playing sports, which is sports are great and they build up different great aspects of your children. So I'm not saying don't play sports or anything like that, or even like watching TV. But there's something important that adults will encourage, because adults will encourage the children to play sports and do other things, that shouldn't we stand up and encourage them to do things to learn about the Lord as well? I think their point was. And even as an adult, I think about how much time I spend watching TV, watching movies, playing casual games on my phone, and you think about the hundreds of hours that I spend doing these things that are not important to my soul, and how much time do I actually spend in the Word of God. And so that really made me think even about myself when I was reading it. I had 2 more verses that I really liked about raising up children. Matthew 19:14, which is where the people were trying to bring their children to Jesus to have them touch them and bless them, and the disciples were like shooing the little kids away. And in Matthew 19:14, Jesus says, quote, "Let the little children come to me, and do not hinder them, for the kingdom of heaven belongs to such as these." I thought that was beautiful. And in Ephesians 6:4 reads, "Fathers, do not exasperate your children. Instead, bring them up in the training and instruction of the Lord." And I thought that was a great thing to end on. that children are so important. And like, even though my parents didn't raise me doing the Bible quizzes and that sort of thing, they did raise me knowing that the Bible was important, that Lord was important. It took me a little while to get around to actually building my own personal relationship with him, but because they raised me up in that, I came back to it in the end. Well, not the end. I hope it's not the end. I don't know. But in my older life, I guess we could say. Anyway, my voice is getting going out. So I'm just going to say thank you so much for watching. If this is your first time or if you're coming back, I really appreciate you. If you've been a part of the Bible Quizzing or Midland Ministries, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. But definitely check it out and tell me what you think. And just thank you so much. That's it for me, Makeup Dr. Cherie, in another episode of Devotional Diva. God bless.